Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to talk about Tia and her new show. Okay. This was actually a cute first episode. Um, I was back and forth on whether or not I wanted to review it. And then I was like, I'm going to review it because I get tired of talking about the housewives and love and hip hop. And I felt like this would be just slightly different than like a housewife show. And so here we are. We just gonna talk, okay? So we love Tia. We love Tia and Tamara. Um, but Tia is someone who Tia cries a lot, or at least she cried a lot this first episode. I can get it. I always try and put myself in the shoes of other folks. Not all the time, girl, but I try and put myself in the shoes of other folks sometimes. And I can see why Tia is going through what she's going through. I think one of the things that really, girl, irks my nerves is we don't have to look at stuff the same, but I just don't like when people. I feel like some people purposely misunderstand situations, like in Tia's case. The way that people talk about Tia online now, as if she was not with this man for over 2 decades. Okay, so Tia is someone who was tied to her sister, girl, right? Then she says she was not allowed to date until she turned 18. She met Corey at 20. She lost her virginity at 25. And then they got married. So she's been with Corey, or she met Corey um, since she was 20 years old. Tia's now in her 40s. So Tia feels as though like when her kids now they have two different addresses because Tia filed for divorce from Corey. Um, Tia is now going through the motions of like feeling alone. It makes sense because when you look at Tia being tied to her sister and then jumping from that relationship, girl, to the relationship with her now ex-husband, she's never really had time to kind of just be alone and do the things that some of us have been afforded the opportunity to do, which is kind of just not to make her a victim, but just live your life as a teenager and go to college and girl, have an old nasty hoe phase, okay, okay, okay. Um, that was her first everything. Y'all get where I'm trying to go with this? So for people to act as if they can't understand why Tia is emotional, or this could be a very big deal for her, even though she filed for divorce. I think it's a little weird. Tia was not with this man for a year or two. Tia was with this man, or she's known this man since she was 20 years old. They have two kids together. Now, the thing that I feel like Tia gonna have to work on, Mama, I think that's the part that Tia is struggling with to me is, girl, you need to sit down and be still. You talked about your relationship with your sister. I tapped on it. You tapped on the relationship with your husband, and now it's like, now I need a man. Girl, let's get back into the dating field. How about you sit down and be still, girl, for a few years, probably even more than a few years. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're adding, now it's this added pressure to hurry up and get back in the dating field, right? And I know we ain't no young chickens. You know what I'm saying? But that could be part of the problem too, because if you have never really been alone per se, now it could appear as though you're rushing to get into another relationship. Like kind of like, girl, you don't want to be the next Jennifer Lopez. Girl, no shade. Um, she wanted a family. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, even though, girl, I talk my mess, I still understand why people feel the way that they feel. Tia wanted a family. That's what that's what they teach the people. You get your husband, have your girl and your boy, a 3 bedroom house, the picket white fence, right? And you live happily ever after. So Tia wanted this family, and then she realized that, oh my God, this is not going to work out. Girl, I'm about to divorce my husband. This ain't going the way I thought. This ain't the fairy tale y'all told me that I was gonna have. Cause y'all told me I was gonna find. Y'all told me that I was gonna meet a man, lose my virginity. You know what I'm saying? Have some kids. Girl, we was gonna be married forever. And girl, we was gonna die old. And what gray we was gonna be together. We had gray hair. You know, a head full of gray. And girl, we was gonna see our grandkids. And girl, that is not how my life is going. What is going on? What is going on? You know. Um, She said she could. She wish she could. We already talked about this, girl. I'm not gonna really go into this, but she said she wish she could pick up the phone and call Tamara. Now, this is the thing. Tia been doing a lot of backtracking, but I feel like I get it. I'm really. This is the thing. I really feel like I get where Tia is coming from. See, this is what Tia. This is what Tia said. Tia said that her persona is the good girl, right? The white picket fence. So I think in Tia's head and in our head, when you think of Tia and Tamara, you don't think of anything scandalous. You just don't. You don't think of anything salacious. It ain't no scandal. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing gutter snipe. Tia and Tamara have never given us just Zeus network. You know what I'm saying? They always gave you the, like she said, the good girl image. So I feel like with the image that is attached to Tia and Tamara, whenever she said that her and her sister she wishes she could pick up the phone and call her sister, but they're just not close anymore, or that's just not the case, right? Y'all know, y'all heard what she said. I think the reason why she's trying to backtrack and act as if we didn't hear what she said is because I think Tia is still stuck in that mindset of, oh my God, we're supposed to be like the happy sisters, the perfect image. You know what I'm saying? So with me coming out and saying that pretty much, girl, me and my sister ain't as close as we used to be, it kind of destroys an image that has already been built around us. Does that make sense? Like some of the girls who grew up in a certain time, like when you think of like the Christina Aguileras, the Britney Spears, the Beyonces, Tia and Tamara, they grew up around a time where like the girls had to be like virgins and soft and cunt and pretty and girl, you really couldn't curse. And you know what I'm saying? That ain't the case no more. But at one point, that's what the girls had to kind of like give off this certain image. And I think a part of Tia is still kind of stuck there. That's why, again, she's trying to play this game with us as if we didn't hear what she said. Because you said what you said. You and your sister ain't that close, and that's okay. Um, she says she realizes at her big age now that she has choices, and she never realized that before. She never realized that she could basically live her life on her own, according to her own rules. This is a good show, y'all. It was a cute first episode. Natasha, Natasha reminds me, I swear this is gonna sound so random. Natasha reminds me of Tommy Lee. And remember Beyonce's lead dancer? I think her name was Ashley. Her face looks like a mixture of, I think her name is Ashley and Tommy Lee. Girl, I don't know. Those are the first two people I thought about when I looked at her face. Anyway, she's a pretty girl. So Natasha is her friend They talked about the viral video. It was a video of her and Corey. They were on the red carpet at some event that Corey never goes to, and then he popped about the blue. Hello, girl, no shit. Um, and it did go viral because it was like this. They saw each other and they gave like this awkward hug. Um, Tia also another thing about Tia too. Tia said she drove herself mentally ill, girl, because she stayed in the comment section. After her divorce, she said she stayed in the comment section, but even on this episode, she still had Google alerts on her phone. So she was getting her makeup done, and I guess when your name pops up in the news, she gets an alert, and it was basically somebody posting her hugging a man, but it was her manager. So they trying to make a story into nothing, basically. So Tia gonna have to let that go too, because you're already mentally ill reading the comments, but you still have Google alerts on your phone. Anyways, she basically starts to read some of the headlines. I mean, some of the things that people said. Why did Tia get a divorce and leave her good man? Can I say something? We, including me, girl, we do not know these people. Okay, we can come over here and say what we think. We can say we can say what we think based off of what we saw on TV. But girl, why you just assume? I'm not saying Corey wasn't a good man, but why do you just assume that Corey was this good man, Savannah? Again, because I think that we would not associate Tamara being with an ain't shit nigga. So we just assume that, girl, you let that good man, girl, and we really never hear anything about Corey that's negative in the news. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, so Tia is having a conversation with her assistant Sierra. Um, Tia doesn't like the fact that the media turns, basically they take the most negative things and make it into headlines, not realizing that it could affect families and kids. Tia said that when she saw Corey on the red carpet, when they gave that awkward hug, she said she wanted to like tell him that it was going to be okay. Um, she said she felt like that was her role in the marriage. Um, This is what she said. She said that society says the only reason why we're here on earth is to please a man, to cater to serve to birth their children. And she said she thought like that for a second. She said, but now, she said it's toxic. That's what she said. We're not gonna sit here and act like this. We're not. What we're not gonna play is the game of acting as if that's not what society tells us. That a woman's role, girl, mattress made mule. Shout out to the diva. Mattress made mule, baby. That's y'all role. And she thought that. And then she realized one day she was laying in her bed looking at the ceiling. And she realized, girl, I'm not about to be nobody's girl, I'm not being on mattress no more. I'm not being no man, I'm not being no fucking mule no more. Girl, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired, ho. Okay. Oh, girl, I want to give Essence Atkins her flowers. Essence is one of Tia's friends. When I tell you Essence is absolutely gorgeous, that bitch is like 50 and a whole lot younger than me. Okay. Girl, Essence looks good, baby. Girl, Essence looks damn good. Girl, Essence looks good. Essence used to be on a show called Half and Half. I'm gonna tell this story another day. I don't want to tell it right now. I just want to I just want to give Essence her flowers. I think Essence is absolutely gorgeous. She used to be on the show Half and Half back in the day. I absolutely loved the show. I loved her mother's character, Big Dee. Girl, bougie, rich black woman. Girl, I loved it. Um, Anyways, so Essence is Essence, Sierra. You know, the only thing I will say is I'm always confused. Like those of you who have assistants, like what is the line? Like, is there a like, for example, and I know they're shooting a show like with Sierra. Sierra is Tia's assistant, but she's also I guess like a friend too. But I'm assuming not too because I feel like there's a big, not a big age gap, but I'm assuming Sierra's probably in her 20s. And then I think Essence also referred to her as like not a child, but she had said something. She was like, "Come on, youth energy." It was something like that. Essence said, not like in a negative way. But I was thinking like, what's the line that like, cause you sitting down, you know, and I know you have to trust this person because you're a celebrity and you have to build some type of relationship with them. Where y'all sitting down having wine together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the line that is there a line that you draw in the sand? Does she know, like, at the end of the day, this is still my boss or this is my home girl? I thought about that. I mean, nothing big, you know, nothing major, but I just thought like, what happens if Sierra starts to kind of look at their relationship as more of a home girl instead of like boss employee, because the line could get blurred due to us, girl, we hanging out, drinking wine and all that stuff. Anyways, um, they throw her like her friends throw her a party because again, Tia is lonely or she feels alone. Um, because now she's in this house by herself. Her kids, you know, they shuffle their kids back and forth. So she's going through the emotions. I understand. I really do. Y'all know I will get down here and be like, girl, you stupid, you dumb, you crazy girl. Wake up, snap out of it, hoe. You know what I'm saying? But girl, I also understand how you can be in a long girl. Girl. I'm not talking about the girls who be with a nigga for a year or two. Girl, shut up. Girl, you do look dumb. Okay, I'm talking about the girls who been with a nigga for 2 decades. That's a long time to be with somebody. And then that was your first everything. Your first everything. So I can, and then you had this picture in your head of this fairy tale that wasn't true. And now you have to figure out your new life. I'm the one that filed for divorce from this man. So now you have people online saying, well, girl, shut up. You filed for divorce. She did. But that does not negate that she can still have a sense of loneliness because that's not how she envisioned her life. That still does not take away from what she felt like she wanted in life, which was his family unit. I wanted my kids to have a mama and a daddy in the same house, and now that's not the case. I thought I was going to be with this man for the rest of my life. That's not the case. I've been with this man for 22 years. I've been knowing this man for 22 years, girl. We not together no more, girl. And now I'm in this house by myself. Girl, my kids is with their daddy. And girl, I'm sad. But I didn't want to be with him no more either. But I'm still sad. But I did not want to be with him. Girl, and quiet as this kept, child. Can I say something? Girl, I'm about to get a little messy. I'm about to get a little messy. Girl, I'm going to say it. Listen, Corey was probably over. Girl, can we just call it for what it was? Corey was probably over there paying the light bill. We're not gonna sit here and act like Corey was this Denzel Washington or just this actor. Every time I looked up, Corey had a little, you know, he had a couple of roles. I honestly, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I really don't remember Corey in too much of nothing. The first role I ever saw where he was like probably like the leading actor was that Tyler Perry movie that just came on the other day. But other than that, I feel like Tia was over there, girl, the provider, girl, girl. So not only am I the head of household, girl, I bring in the money. I pay all the bills. And I gotta be your mattress and your maid and your mule, baby. Mm-mm. 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 I'm not taking care of no nigga, girl. And girl, I gotta eat. And girl, I gotta treat you like you the king of the castle, girl. Mm-mm. 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 I can't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tia was probably fed up with that. Girl, I got auto pay on all the bills in this house. They're coming out my account. He might pay the. I mean, I'm sure he probably paid the cable bill, the light bill, maybe. That's a big ass house, so he probably couldn't even afford to pay the light bill monthly. I don't know. He probably paid the cable bill. He probably put some gas in her car. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Tia is really emotional this episode. She really is. But I get it. We love Tia. And that was pretty much it. Oh, they did like a Sierra. I feel like Sierra is gonna bump heads. This is the thing. Okay, so Sierra went and got Tia's wedding dress and was like, "Girl, we should burn your dress." Basically, Tia was Tia was like, "Girl, that's a little too much." Even one of the friends was like, "What was her name?" Natasha felt like that was team too much too. I was on the fence. Like I'm like, well, girl, just girl, just, girl, what you need that wedding dress for? But then a part of me was also like, girl, that is a team. Like, girl, we like, why we burning the? We're not gonna. It would be different if you told me, girl, get her dress away. But girl, you think about the girl, like, who burning clothes? Girl, like, girl, I'm not burning no. Girl, you want me to burn? Girl, is my thing on? Okay. Girl, you want me to burn? Girl, my dress? No. Girl, I can cut it in half and make it a little mini dress and wear it out to the club one night. Girl, I can probably donate it to somebody, but girl, we're just not gonna burn. Cause girl, ain't nobody got no money like that. Not to be girl, that's wasteful. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was I thought that was a little team too much. It would have been different if she was like, "Girl, you think you want to get rid?" I think if she would have said, "Do you think you want to get rid of your wedding dress to kind of like start?" But to be like, "Girl, I think we should burn it." Girl, 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 you fired. Bitch, are you crazy? Tia also said, "Girl, she not playing. She not playing She not playing this time around with no man." Um, she said she's successful. She said that she has businesses to run. She has 2 kids and a mortgage. Basically, I ain't taking care of another man because I already did it one time. Mhm. Listen, let me say this. I do believe what's happening because her friend tapped on this too about people looking at Tia in a negative light. I did not watch the Tia and Tamara show. Some people said Tia was a bitch to Tamara. Some people said she wasn't. I don't know. But I do believe that when it comes to Tia now and present day, that when I do read the comments, there are a lot of people in the comment section who are like, Tia, shut up, blah, 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 blah. We have to keep in mind that when it comes to these blogs, they will take one interview and slice it into 15 different ways. So, and then when you also take into account that we follow the Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, Hollywood Unlocked, All True Tea, Jasmine Brand, all the blogs, and they all post the same thing, right? So if you are following these blogs, in your head you just thinking, "Oh my God, she started talking." She's really not, girl. She only did 1 or 2 interviews, and girl, they just broke it up, and now it's, for example, the other day I was looking for stuff to talk about, and the Jasmine brand had, this is like 2 or 3 days ago, the Jasmine brand had posted something about Tia doing an interview. And I was like, oh, this is something new Tia said. And I think I already talked about this. And I was like, no, I don't think I was thinking, I was like, this is a different interview. And I was like, no, I think this is the same interview. So of course I went back and looked and I was like, oh no, this is the same interview. So basically what I'm trying to say is, even in that situation, it was something that was already out there that I talked about, but I got the information from another blog. It was a People magazine article, but because of the way that the Jasmine brand discussed it on their blog, they it looked like it was different, but when I read, I was like, oh, it's the same thing. They just worded it differently. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we just have to, girl, the blogs will report the same stuff. It is what it is. It's not like Tia is, girl, reporting this shit herself. She do one or two interviews and they just slice it up in 15 different ways. All right, y'all. It was a cute little episode. I'll be back next week. Bye, y'all.